Welcome to the ZAGTalk podcast live. My name is Guy Danhoff, and we have a very, very special show for you because tonight we are going to have on the one and only Rex Carroll of Whitecross, and we're also going to be joined with David Roberts, the new lead singer for Whitecross. We have a very special show. And just to kind of get things going and get things started, I'm actually going to play something for you all just to give a shout out to some things that I've been involved in very recently. I found out that Rex, from one of our previous broadcasts, that he had a few influences. One of them he cited was Michael Schenker. And the other, which I found surprising, we'll ask him about it, was actually he had a real big love for Deep Purple and following their music when he was younger. So with that, Rex, I had the opportunity just last Thursday to play this in honor of you. Here you go. All right. So what's really crazy about that is actually the very first song I learned on guitar. And what was really funny when I talked to the folks in the band, I was playing at Diamond Music Hall in St. Peters, Missouri. It's our top rock and metal venue. And I was playing with the house band. And what was really cool, we were talking about how back in the day, that was like one of the first songs that we learned. So anyways, it's going to be really cool to hear Rex kind of talk to that. Also, what's special about tonight, you get the chance, if you look at the screen right there, you get to win. You got to stay to the end, but you can win a free set of JBE pickups. I'm just so excited, and I'll even give you a little blow up on that. Here you go. So you can see the JBE pickups a little bit more right there, and you can get them in one of four configurations. It's shown there as a single hum, but you got to stick to the end, as we're going to have a Whitecross trivia question for you to win those pickups. So anyways, we're really excited. It's going to be a big show. We've got a lot of exciting things going to happen. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring on actually the lead singer from Whitecross, David Roberts. And here we go, David.
Hello.
David, how are you doing, my friend?
Good, man. Doing good.
Good. Yeah. So it's been a couple weeks since I last saw you.
Yes.
And so I gotta start with, now that we've been posting a lot more on social media, and we actually have a special clip that we're gonna play because Rex has put together some Rex Riffs, but he has tied it into the new music.
Awesome.
So yeah, so we're gonna debut a little bit of the Lion of Judah tonight, and it's gonna be really exciting. And so, I want to start with, what's it been like for you? Obviously, the Whitecross brand starts way back in 1985. Mm-hmm. Certainly the first release was in 1987. And they've also gone on to win Whitecross has actually gone on to win 2 Dove Awards for Metal Album of the Year, one in 1990 and another one in 1992. And so what's it been like for you now? I know you've been, playing with them live. You've been on some tours with them. Mm-hmm. Now this is the first time you'll be doing singing in the studio with the band. And what's that been like for you?
Oh, it's been amazing. When I first got this gig with Whitecross, I'll give a shout out to Scotty, the old singer, because he's not the easiest guy to cover. They found me doing a White Snake tribute, and I also do a Zeppelin tribute, in between shows and stuff, but no comparison. I mean, kudos to Scotty. Anyway, moving forward, it's been just a wonderful ride. I am so blown away by the loyalty of the fans. I really expected, a lot more hate mail than I got, because, anytime any singer and any band and any genre change the singers, like, well, he's okay, but it's not, but that has not been the case. I mean, just maybe a couple here and there, but not really been the case. The fans have embraced me with open arms, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. Rex is, in my mind, a musical genius, and it's just been an honor to play with these guys. And speaking of the guys, just a beautiful bunch of people. I mean, you know, so I'm just very blessed and very grateful.
Well, David, I'll say this, you know, it's really interesting when you hear where people get their influences, you know, and I know, you know, Scotty's been given a lot of comparisons, obviously, to some degree of Stephen Percy of Rat,
Hmm.
especially in the early days. But Scotty certainly has his own sound and certainly helped define really the legacy of Whitecross. But now here it is, you're coming in, the brand new album's gonna be called Fear No Evil. And I thought you guys did a really brilliant thing. And what you guys did was you've put out basically kind of a demo on 3 of the songs. And so it's given people a way to now hear your vocals and especially the new direction, well, somewhat of the new direction of the band.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so what's that been like now singing some of those songs live?
Oh, well, it's been great. You know, the songs are amazing. They're you know, sticking with the difficult to sing type stuff. You know, you gotta be a vocal athlete to sing with Rex, is all I can tell you. But now I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm patting Rex on the back because I love that guy and I just respect him so much. But anyway, it's been great. It's been great. The songs are from the same style and genre that I listen to as you know, when I first got started and started singing for a living. You know, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, you know, even in Van Halen, Michael Schenker.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Rex and I have the same musical taste, which makes it really, really easy, as easy could be, for us to write, you know, and put these songs together. So it's been like a match made in heaven, honestly. I honestly believe that the Lord brought us together. You know, I believe it's definitely, he has his hand on this band, and I firmly believe that, and I am honored, you know, beyond all means, to be a part of it.
Yeah, and for those that might be watching or certainly watching on the replay, I'm going to go ahead and play a sample. Rex was gracious enough to send this to me, and just want to say thank you. I certainly hope all the Whitecross fans across the world really appreciate this. But here it is. This is Lion of Judah, and this is it covers the intro, the verse, the pre-chorus and chorus. Here we go.
Okay.
What can I say? You know, what I love about that track is you can certainly hear your influence that you talked about. But yes, you can even hear some of the Scotty from way back when. I mean, it's all there. Yeah. It's got a really great blend of it. And so I think the only thing I can do is one of the things that we kind of laughed a little bit about was the fact that Rex in the very beginning was just playing rhythm guitar, right?
Wow.
I know, right? Like someone pointed that out. So what I thought we would do before we bring him on live, we have to do this the right way. Obviously, the man who needs no introduction. We're actually going to now play the other clip where he's actually shredding away on that intro. And here we go. Here's Rex Carroll with Lion of Judah.
Sweet.
Let's bring him on, Mr. Rex Carroll. Hey, Rex, how are you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Rex, that's so awesome. So, Rex, I have to start with let's get a few secrets out, right? Obviously, it's not so much a secret that you're going to have because we've been blasted on social media. Obviously, the new Fear No Evil release from Whitecross will be coming out on March 22nd. We've been promoting that pretty heavy. I know you have had some pre-sales going on for the new album, for the CD. But what people and fans don't know is kind of this little video series that you're going to be doing, releasing some tracks on the new song, like you just said there for Lion of Judah. And tell us a little bit more about these videos that you're working on.
Well, first of all, it's good to see you. Hello, David.
Hey, what's up, my brother?
My favorite singer in the whole world.
Right,
man. Yeah, and I got to hear a little bit of what he was saying, and it's so true because we have the same musical influences. So as soon as we start working on anything new, we already kind of like we just bounce it off each other, and we already know where it's going to go because we're from that same generation of songs that we grew up on. All the bands and the artists that David referred to, yeah, it's like we both grew up on that. So it's really easy to write new songs with David's voice in mind because he just gets it. You start off low and then you go to the high note and then you go to the really high note. Sorry if that gets a little gymnastic, but it's more fun for the fans that way, right?
Oh yeah. I didn't mean to complain.
So Guy, you and I were talking earlier about what is the best way to get the word out.
Yep.
That we have a new album. Then of course we have our webpage at whitecrossbands.com.
There it is.
That's a great way for people to stay in touch with us.
Yep.
But over and above that, you can go to the website anytime you want and you can find out if we're playing a live show somewhere near where you are, and people travel to see the band too. Because the band has meant so much to people over the years. And I know we're not the only band that people do this for. People will travel to see their favorite artists because in this age that we live in, where everybody's like home, glued onto their phones and just looking at their screens all day, it's more difficult for the bands to get out and play live, right? So when people see a live concert, they say, well, let's make a weekend out of it, and they just book a hotel and they travel, and it becomes fun. It becomes a bit of a road trip and a hangout.
Yep.
And we all have a blast. We have as much fun with our fans as they have with us. We love to get out and meet people and hang out with them. But we're thinking about, well, what else can we do to really get the word out about this album and promote it? And that's when we came up with this idea of let's do a series of short reels, TikToks, Facebook videos,
yep,
YouTube clips, Instagram, all that stuff, and let's just keep coming out with a fresh take on songs from the album. So that song Lion of Judah, we have a bunch of videos.
Yep.
That are going to be releasing, little short clips showing different aspects of the song. And I've been teaching guitar for many years, and I love showing people, like, I like doing the online videos where you show, hey, try this guitar lick out,
Right.
So I love that. And Dave, I'm springing this to you on the show, but I think we want to do like a video series with David Roberts, like the high notes of David Roberts and the vocal gymnastics of David Roberts. So we want people to get familiar with your singing and your approach and how you do things, and some of your exciting moments that you have in a lot of the songs. So we want people to get a vibe, certainly for my guitar and also for your voice, and then we'll, as we go through, we'll play snippets of the music, and maybe, you know, as we go along, maybe we can get the other guys in the band involved as well. But for right now, at least, you know, to kick things off, I have made some videos, and I think I gave you enough videos last week, so you're set for the next couple of months. And then you know, watch all you want, and then we'll make more.
Yeah, and Rex, let's take it just a step further, you know, because let's just face it. You know, we've talked about how marketing has changed so drastically. So how do you feel, you know, now, how does digital and social media play a role in marketing and promoting, say, you, the band, and of course the new Whitecross album? How does that play a role now, today, than in 2024, than anything you've done in your past?
Well, if you think back to like 1990 or thereabouts, you know, oh, Van Halen is releasing a new album. You know, they put the word out for months ahead of time in print, and kids would line up down the street at Tower Records for a midnight. You know,
Yes.
you're gonna have a special kickoff party, and kids would come in the record store, and that was how you launched a new album. And we don't even have record stores anymore. Records, we don't even have records anymore. We barely have CDs. So, you know, but what is the one thing that everybody has in common? It's this little thing here. And so that's your best, I think that's our best way to connect with people, with a lot of people in a short amount of time, is through social media. As we said, you know, TikTok, you got Instagram,
right?
You got Facebook, you got YouTube, you got Reels, you got Shorts. You know, check all of those boxes, and boom, right? You know, awareness.
Yeah.
You know, people know who they are, and you know, maybe they don't like the band, but at least they know who we are, right? But I think a lot of people will really enjoy this record. We're very proud of it, and I couldn't have asked for anything more than what we got. I'm just over the moon. It's the best. I think it's the best album of my career, and certainly there have been a lot. I think the other day we were trying to add that up, give or take, somewhere between 12 and 20 albums are out there.
Yep.
Sometimes it gets hard to count because like they put out a greatest hits, plus there's like a new song.
Yeah.
You know, or sometimes they do like a repackaged job. They just call it greatest hits or whatever, and it's songs from different albums. Well, does that count as a new album? Well, I don't know. Well, they remastered something. That's like, well, I don't know.
Right.
But there's Japanese imports, and there's all kinds of stuff. And then don't even get started on the bootlegs. There's some of those out there too. So anyways, yeah, this has been it's a new season, it's a new era for the band, and I'm just so blessed to be part of it.
Yeah, so with that, I have to ask the question, because again, you know, Rex, one thing that's happened, and I didn't really tell you this, but this is pretty amazing that on some of the platforms, especially our friends at, you know, Christian Rock Metal,
right,
Facebook group page, they're just awesome. They are. It's an awesome group. And they just show a lot of love. But what was really interesting is, you know, everyone's been asking questions certainly about, hey, what's a new singer like, that kind of thing. Also, what's the band sound going to be? And that's why I think, you know, the question that maybe be helpful now is, and I'll ask both of you this question, and Rex, we can start with you. You know, truly, what can fans expect from this new Whitecross release?
They can expect, in no particular order, they can expect a whole heaping platter full of David Roberts. You know, singing with the soulfulness and the high notes and just the rock star vocals that we know and love. even when Dave came in the band, it's like, well, I know his backstory, where he's been, and does he really want to do this? Is this a God thing, or is it just like another project for him? And I'm just thrilled that he's just jumped in, heart, body, mind, soul, everything.
Yeah.
And he's with us on this, and that's just amazing. It's great. It's great. Best singer in Christian rock, period. In my opinion, there's lots of guys that have been around a lot, and there's a lot of great talent out there. So they're going to get a whole lot of Dave Roberts, but Dave is number one for me.
Mm-hmm.
So we starting with that. We've got the songs. It was like, we know who our audience is, we know what our sound is, and especially, bringing in a new vocalist is not an easy thing, especially when you have an iconic voice like Scotty that.
Mm-hmm.
God bless Scotty. He's with the band for 35 years.
Yeah.
And, a lot of great music came out of that. The soundtrack for a lot of people's lives has come out of that. So and that's why we continue to play the songs from the catalog, because we know that's very important to people. But
yep.
So, we had great moments with Scotty. So our songs are, it's a blend of the tried and true familiar songs, the style of songs, as you heard, on that little clip that you just played a minute ago. And, we're not going to deviate from that too much, although as a personal thing, I've always, on every single album, I've tried to throw in a new wrinkle. So on this album, we're doing like a couple of acoustic things, and then we've got an orchestral track that sounds amazing. We'll just leave that for now, and people can discover it. But so those are, we have those. So it's not just like one sound straight through.
Right.
It's one sound straight through plus some new elements. Is that accurate, David?
Yes.
Okay. So we have some new sounds that we're bringing in, and then this is one thing that used to just drive me nuts. Like back in the day, back in the Star Song days, and they never respected the band enough to say, well, everybody's going to play on the album. So we had this, every album you look on the back cover, and there's a list of so and so played the drums, so and so played the bass.
Right.
All musicians and friends of ours, but like, hey, well, what about the band? Are we a band or are we not a band? And as soon as that Star Song deal came to an end, it's like, that's it. We're a band now, for better or worse. We'll live and die on our own merits, and the band plays fantastic. So you got one of the world's best rock drummers ever, Michael Fian. You got extremely solid bass playing from Benny Ramos, and so I don't know. I don't know what else you could ask for. And the one thing for me is, I've listened to a lot of albums, I've been in a lot of studio situations, and when the album is just, when it's right, you listen. I listen. I said, this is it. It's like every box is checked. Guitar, bass, drums, vocals, songs, really cool. It's all really cool stuff. So
production, the way it's mixed,
the production, the mix, everything.
Yes, all of it.
And I can't really pick apart like any one thing and say, well, because of budget constraints, or because of, well, we did the best we could considering the situation we're in. There is none of that. Everything is just, top, first class, everything.
Yeah.
It took as much time as we needed. A couple things that we even recorded, and then, even a year ago, we released a pre-release, a little teaser album with 3 songs on it, just showing where we were at in the pre-production
right
stage of the album. And even that was just, like a working sort of a roadmap to get us to where we are today with the finished album. It's been done for some time, and I know that we have the physical stock. We have the CDs are on hand, so we've promised a bunch of autographed CDs for the people who purchased the pre-sale, and you can still get in on the pre-sale.
Yep.
That's good until the middle of February when we get together. We're going to autograph the pre-sale CDs, and then it'll be out for the general public on March 22nd.
Yep.
So,
but Rex, just so we're clear, people can go to right here at whitecrossband.com right now for the pre-order, correct?
They can go there right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they get a special T-shirt with that, right?
That's right. Yeah. So they're offering a package with, I think there's a T-shirt and you'll get an autographed CD, and we're going to autograph all the CDs next month when we meet for some shows we have next month.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get all those shipped out right away, so people will have them like several weeks in advance of when it comes out to the public. And of course, you can still order that pre-sale all the way up to March, but anything after February, you're just not going to get the autographed version of the CD. But you'll still get the CD and the shirt, and then
and that shirt won't ever be printed again. That's a special shirt, right?
Yeah, it's a one-of-a-kind T-shirt, so it creates some vibe there. Some collectible type vibe, and yeah. So there's a lot of great things to expect from the album, and I'll be there too. We'll hear bits and pieces of my guitar on most all of the songs.
Oh yeah,
I'll be there in a small way as well. So,
well, just to let you guys know, this is now trending on social media. It's been really fun to see it, but obviously we're getting that word out. Fear No Evil album set to release on March 22nd.
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
And I want everybody to have this album because I just really believe that this is some of our best work ever for all of us. And these are just songs that are really going to resonate with people. I think this is just really going to be one of those records that connects to people.
Yep.
And, you can obviously, when it comes out, you can listen to it on Spotify and YouTube, and then, but I would love for people to support the band, and pick up a copy. That's a small thing that people can do, and it supports us and it allows us to keep going, so that we can come and play a show in your backyard. So we do want people to have a copy of it, and it'll be quite rewarding for you, I'm sure.
So Rex, we've got something pretty exciting for the first time ever, and this is coming straight from our sponsor, JBE Guitar and Bass Pickups. They're doing something very special tonight. We're just about at that half-hour mark, and so it's a time to take a little station identification break. That's what they used to say back in the day. But what we have is you have the opportunity, I'll bring it on the screen, you have the opportunity right here that you can go ahead and, let me go this way. You can see there right on the screen, you can see on the far left there says win me. No, you don't get to win the guitar, unfortunately. You don't get that guitar, but you will win a set
David Roberts. You get a chance to win David Roberts.
So you get a chance here to win some JBE pickups. They'll come in 4 different configurations. Obviously, it's shown there in the hum single hum. You can certainly get it with just 2 hums. You can get it in a hum single, or you can get it in the traditional Strat style single. So here's what we have to do to win. We're going to ask you a Whitecross trivia question. And so I'm going to clear this off the screen so I can bring this up. Hang on, I'll bring us back. Okay, so let me bring the trivia question up. And here we go. So here's how this is going to work. It's the first person who types in the comments the correct answer will win the pickups. And then I'll give you my email address to email me your information so I can follow up with you sometime, you know, the next day. But here is the question. Here's your JBE pickups trivia question for your free set of JBE pickups. Here it is. What was the first Whitecross release to win a Dove Award for Metal Album of the Year? And be the first to type in the comments, and you will win a set of pickups.
Ooh. I know. Ooh, pick me.
I'll even tell you the year. It was 1990, if that helps. It was in 1990 when Whitecross won their first Dove Award for Metal Album of the Year. What album was that?
Okay. I'm going to send a bunch of people to Google.
Here we go. Here we go. We have a winner. Chicken dinner. John, congratulations. You are the winner of the JBE pickups. Right on.
I'll be brave. I'll take a stab at it. Is it John Woshek?
Yeah, just let us know if that was correct. Did he say it right?
Yeah, if I said that right.
Yeah, if he said it right. Let's see if he responds. But yeah, you're going to win. And let me do this for you right now so I don't forget. Let me give you this. Hang on, I'm going to switch screens. Here we go. Here's my contact information. You can go ahead and just send me your information, your contact information at zagpromedia@gmail.com, and I'll get back with you. Oh, you said Rex, very close. Very close. It's all right. There you go. So John's the big winner. There it is right now. I'll bring back up his prize so everyone can see. It's kind of cool. There it is. He's winning a set of, hey, if you could just type in the comments though, John, which configuration would you want? Just so we all know. Do you want with just two humbuckers? Do you want the hum, single hum? Do you want the strat of 3 singles, or kind of the, you know, where you get the hum, single? So those are your options on these pickups. All I can tell you is they're really amazing pickups. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and take that off. And I'm going to go ahead and oh yeah, perfect. You want the hum, single hum. There it is right there. Perfect. All right. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to play a little song. I've got this pre-made, and just want to seriously give a big shout out to John for winning. Thanks for playing. But I'm going to go ahead and play a song so you can hear the pickups. And yes, I will say this up front. Rex was my guitar teacher. And yes, you'll hear some elements of Rex in it. And I'm really excited. So here we go. Here is me playing a guitar solo. And this is showcasing the JBE pickups. Here you go.
Great.
So there you go, John. All I can say is I was able to play that because Rex forced me to play to a metronome for years. That's all I'm going to say. You know, if there's anything I take away from Rex, it's kind of 2 things. Number one, when I had him and he was my teacher, he always told me you got to be in time. And then you also got to feel it, which is what I love about the new, you know, Fear No Evil record. Yeah, it's with metronome precision, but all the feels there, all the different parts are there. But the second thing Rex also taught me is you got to know how to start a solo. You got to do your business in the middle of the solo, and you better finish strong so it's memorable. So Rex, thank you for that formula, because I think I put that all together there in that clip. Would you say so?
That's a pretty good rule to live by. Get in strong, take care of business, and get out with a bang.
Exactly. All right, we got a few more, some more love here, and here we go, John. Yeah, exactly. There are definitely a loads of sustain there. Thank you for saying that, John. One thing I will tell you is those pickups are very responsive to pick attack. I used to play EMGs. I have nothing against EMGs whatsoever. I just wanted a little different sound than what I've been using. And so just 3 months ago, JBE took my guitar and put the new pickups in it. And I do find that there's definitely loads of sustain there. And I think you're gonna love the pickups. And I'll get with you afterwards. So just send me your information. We can go there. And then we got this. Did you consider add a blues song into? Oh, this is a great question for Abner. Here you go, Rex. Did you consider to add a blues song into the new album?
I don't know. Did we, David?
I don't know if we considered it, but I know we've considered doing an old Whitecross blues song. However, that's a great idea for the next record.
Yeah, and the only thing that I can really say to that, there's not an out and out blues style song like that clip that you played on there a second ago. Guy had like a blues vibe with it.
Right.
But the only thing that I could say to that is that both David and myself are very much influenced by the blues. I mean, I came up listening to a lot of blues, and I have this absolute. I'm like goo goo gaga over Stevie Ray Vaughan. That turns on my switch. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
That gets me going. I love me some Stevie any time of the day. So we both have been influenced by that sort of that blues heritage.
Mm-hmm.
So even in the middle of a rockin' song, like Lion of Judah or some of the other ones on the record. There's 11 songs on the record. I can't think of any of the names of any of them.
Well, I know 3 of them. I'll say that.
I just know the one that goes. I know that song, and that's got it's a rock and roll tune, but it's got a blues kind of a basis. I mean, David he's a very, very blues oriented, influenced singer, kind of in the vein of the first time I heard David sing, I was thinking, well, David Coverdale. That was the first thing that came to my mind, like immediately. Hello, Abner. We see you.
Yep.
Thank you for tuning in from Guatemala. That's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, exactly. You will find it there. That style of a song would be great.
Yeah.
But the other thing is we're kicking around the idea of maybe this year possibly recording a live album. That's a possibility for this year. So, if it shakes out that way, that's a song that we could consider for the playlist.
Just like Made in Japan.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does that well.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, bluesy blues. It's always good.
Yeah, blues is awesome.
So, we're both from that era of shredders, like guys, young guys who they look at like the first Metallica album is like, oh, that's like ancient history. It's like, so a 14-year-old who starts playing guitar for the first time, like right now, today, I have no idea what they're listening to, what they consider like, well, here's like the gold standard, and
the heck happened?
There's a line, anything before the year 2005, that's ancient history. I'm not even going to bother listening to it. I don't know. I have no clue what the young people are listening to, but so it's good. That's good that way. When I hear their music, I hear surprising things that I love, and now it's a chance for them to hear some of our new music too. And it's a big world out there, all kinds of room for all kinds of musical expression.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're tuning in right now live, go ahead. This is your chance to ask Rex or David any question you'd like. Just, you guys have been great with the chat, but if you have anything other specific you'd like to know about, just put it in the comments. We'll be happy to put it on the screen and ask away. In the interim with that, Rex, I'm going to just field a few questions. that have come up from the chats. Okay, the chats are from what we've been posting over the last 3 days. Okay. So one of the questions that's come up is, do you plan on doing any kind of tour for the new album?
Duh.
Anything you can share on that?
We have a short tour coming up next month around like southern Wisconsin.
Okay.
Those dates are all southern Wisconsin, northern Indiana. Those dates will be on our calendar on the whitecrossband.com page. There's a tab there that shows where our live shows are going to be.
Okay.
So you can always check that, and of course, as we book dates throughout the year, you'll see them. And then we have a couple festivals in the summer. We have Crown of Thorns Festival out in Billings, Montana. I know that. And then we have the Immortal Fest, which is kind of turned into our home crowd. That page that you referred to, the what was it, the Christian Rockers page?
Yeah, Christian rock / metal.
Facebook a lot of the people posting in that community were a lot of the people who showed up at the Immortal Festival. So we'd love to see those guys again. And there's a festival called Soul Fest out in Massachusetts, I think, is it?
Yeah, Massachusetts. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're doing everything that we can to add more dates as we go along. So we don't have a tour per se where we're out for like 40 days in a row.
Right.
But we're playing as much as possible.
Well, hopefully we can go to Brazil as well.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Love Brazil. Haven't been there since 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to come down to Brazil.
Yes.
Central America.
Mm-hmm.
So, fingers crossed, pray, we'll be there.
Uh-huh.
This is exciting. So Rex, kind of as we begin to wrap up the show, just to remind folks with the video series that's coming out. So this isn't just performance video. You're actually going to teach people actually how to play some of these songs. Is that correct?
Some of the songs, right? Like, here's how I play the Lion of Judah. So I'll go through it. So I'll show people the chord positions, the finger positions, and so forth. I was got to pop that note out. That's a trademark of the Whitecross style. Mark Wilson. I've listened to the band from the 90s, played air guitar since the late 70s. Yeah, Mark, did you enjoy that air guitar that I sent you for Christmas? Is there any hope for me to learn guitar? Of course. There's always hope.
It's late.
You're never too late or too old to jump in. Just jump in and have fun and learn some songs. And there's certainly there's only about 14,973 videos on how to play guitar that are just floating all over YouTube. So yeah, I've got a few out there myself. So
hey, Rex, here's a great question from John. He says, I'm curious how the technology change in the recording process affects the final product in today's metal scene. What are your thoughts? Great question, John.
Yeah, great question. And not only in metal, but in all forms of music. A lot of us, David and myself, come from this hybrid era where when I started out as a young musician, our recording took place in studios that were very expensive, and you could never afford to go to a studio unless you were signed to a major label recording contract. And that was one of the reasons why it was such a big deal. Everybody wants to get signed to a record label. so that you can have this experience of getting your music recorded properly. So you go to a big studio, there's a big, huge console. I think everybody can sort of visualize, the big console looks like Mission Control.
Yep.
And then you've got the huge tape machines with the big reels of tape, and the 2-inch tape that we used to record on. And believe it or not, when you'd start on a record, you would budget like a couple $1,000s just for the tape costs, because you had to figure out how many songs, because you figure on a 2-inch reel of tape, there's room for about 15 minutes. So you have to purchase like several rolls of tape up front. And then in today's world, all of the mixing is right inside of your computer. And it's really great how a lot of the software emulates the sound of the old style recording, but there's something about that recording onto a physical tape that is just that's a sound that was great in its time, and it's a valid sound, but the sound today has a lot more range to it, has a lot more dynamic range, so you can go from loud to quiet and back again. You can get more of the lows and you can get more of the highs. So the EQ spectrum, the balance of the extreme bass notes and the extreme treble notes, and the mics are whisper quiet. So if you breathe from across the room, the microphone will pick it up. And some of the technology today, the mic amps and things like that, it's all, a lot of stuff has gone digital. So in the digital world, you can really capture more of a complete picture of what the sound actually is. Whereas recording on the old tape style machines, the tape is like, it captures like this much of the sound. With the digital sound, you're able to get this much.
Yeah. So
it's a different kind of a sound, and they're both good. And this is the world that we live in today. So what a lot of guys, myself included, what a lot of guys do in their studios, they like to have a lot of this old school analog equipment, with tubes and electronic circuits, as you're recording your sounds, your drums, your guitars, and your voices and things. And then once it's recorded into the computer, then you can manipulate things digitally. And so in that way you sort of get the best of both worlds. So I don't know, the new album that we have coming out, it sounds fat, and I try to really capture the essence of the best of the old world sound quality, but yet it's a full range kind of a sound. Can't quite put my finger on it, but when you hear it and it feels right. So every kid who's got a $10 microphone and a laptop can say, well, I'm a recording studio, and that's technically true, but not everybody knows how to use the gears. So
Rex, here's another question for you as follow-up. What do you think about digital modelers like Kemper and Quad Cortex versus real tube amps?
Do you have any thoughts on that, Dave?
I don't know. I'll let you take it, brother.
Well, I'm a tube amp guy from way back. And then just recently, our executive producer in the band insisted that I had to go to a Quad Cortex, and made it happen. So I'm struggling to learn it, and it's a real challenge. And I'll sit there and I'll spend like 2 hours just trying to program it. And there's a lot of really great qualities to it, and the Kempers also sound great.
Yeah.
The sound is really, really, really close. I still think there's like a hair to go with the whole digital modeling of the analog world. I don't think they've quite nailed it, not yet. But that is also offset by, yeah, but when you get into like an arena, there's, like you and two other like guitar purists in the audience, well, it sounds a little digital to me. There's like three guys who are going to notice, right, and everybody else is like just digging the sound. And there is also a reliability factor. Like the quad is going to be a lot more reliable than your tube amp, which every time you show up, every time you plug in for sound check, there's always this little nervousness about, oh, I hope my tubes are okay. I hope the amp survived the journey in the back of the truck, walking around in there. So, little by little, every time there's a new generation of processor that gets released, digital processor, we just move, we take another step into this digital world that we're all living in. And I still have, I don't know if you can see it. Yes,
you will now. There you go.
I still have my analog gear, which I love. I've still got my pedal boards, things. That's all like analog stuff. There's no digital elements in any of that. It's all electronic circuits and wires and cables and tubes and power transformers and things like that. So I think there's room for both to coexist. And but again, a lot of that analog stuff, I'll use it in the studio, and then I'll bring out the quad and play live.
Yeah, it's a lot simpler to travel with the quad.
Oh yeah. Not to mention the fact that you can pack the quad into your into a
overhead in the plane,
a shoulder bag, and you can put it in the overhead compartment on the airplane.
Yeah.
So there's that. You wouldn't be able to do that with a 100-watt tube amp.
No.
So
you have to buy another seat for him, another ticket.
Yeah, exactly. Because you'd be over the weight limit or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a really good question. All right, we got one more question, and this comes from our good friend Dave Mobile out of Florida. He says, I love this question. What are some things that we can be praying about for you guys? Great question, Dave.
I'll say a few things, and then Dave can respond. I just pray that we as a band will be responsive to the leading of the Holy Spirit, and that we would, I don't want to get all hyper spiritual sounding on y'all, but that we would stay close to the Lord, and that we would be good at not only our music, but also discerning the will of where God wants us to be, and that we would be walking in the path as He gives us the light, so that we may be ready to share our music and the great gospel message that we have of salvation through Jesus Christ. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. And we want to be good stewards of that and ready for that, at any time.
Yes.
Not to mention health for our families and the usual concerns that everybody has.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's just basically like what Rex said, want to take this torch. The message of Whitecross has always been about Jesus. And, I want to take this torch and reach as many people as possible. Healthy people don't go to the doctor, So we want to reach people that need help, and so I would say pray for us to reach as many people as we can that need Jesus, and through rock and roll, and so we're rock and rollers, and we're rock and rollers that have a message, to help people find salvation. I mean, there's more than just this, and we want to help people find that, and through our music. And so I would just pray that we can reach as many people as possible.
So I would ask a question: How many people do you think need Jesus? Like some of them,
all of them.
Oh, all of them. All of them. Oh, okay. All right. So we want to get our message out to everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave, thanks for that question. Great question. And as we're getting ready to wrap up, I just want to thank both of you for coming on. And again, Rex, also thank you for putting together this video series as a way to really connect with the fans. It'll be kind of really interesting to see, maybe some folks, ambitious guitarists, want to put out, some of the riffs that you're showing them how to do. I would just say this. I love the verse guitar riff on Lion of Judah. I think it's one of the coolest riffs you've ever come up with. It's just a hook you can't get out of your head. And of course, David, with your vocals on top of it, it's a great blend. But I think it's really exciting, Rex, what you're also doing to introduce people to the new music and the new CD. And it's just real exciting that people can have great access directly to you guys because of social media today, unlike in the past.
Well, and we'll get the other guys involved too. We'll get a like a 5 minutes with Dave series going, and Dave can talk about all things vocal technique and songs and his interpretations of the songs too. So
yeah,
that's something that we got to work on as well.
Yeah, and Rex, they're asking
Mike, our drummer, he has a lot to offer too. So
yeah. Mark's asking, what can I do to help bring Whitecross to Las Vegas?
Oh, I'd love that. We'd love to go and play in Vegas again. Well, send us a message at the Whitecross Facebook group, or send me a direct message on my Facebook account. I'm there. It's a real account. I'm not like one of these guys who, like, your favorite rock stars who just they're unavailable. You can't find them. You can't talk to them. You don't know how to reach them. We are easily available, and and then we'll talk from there and see what we can do.
Yeah, I'll just say this for those who may not know. I'm in the St. Louis area, and I know I'm working with Rex hopefully on something to get Whitecross to St. Louis.
Yeah.
David, you were on the very top of the broadcast, and you saw that venue we play at. That's the top rock blues venue right there at Diamond Music Hall. Stryper just played there last year. I saw George Lynch there. It's a fantastic venue they have there, and it would be so awesome to see Whitecross there here in my backyard. Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, we're ready, willing, and able.
There you go. And Mark says he's you guys have spoke before, so that's good.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So Rex, you want to play us out? You want to just jam on something as you take us out for the show?
What song should I play, Dave?
Hang on, bring him back.
What song should I play?
How about 29,000?
Okay.
Yeah.
It never gets old. Okay, Rex, I got one big reveal for you. Okay, this is how much I want to see you come to St. Louis. See this right here, just for you. This baby is now tuned down to E flat, my friend.
Okay, so you play the riff to 29,000, and when you do that, then we'll be in St. Louis.
All right. I'll start learning it. All right. Well, I hope you guys, seriously, first of all, thanks for tuning in live. For those who've been watching the live broadcast, certainly also a great thank you to those who will be watching the replay. And we've got a lot of action-packed things. Again, check out, I put it back on the screen one last time. If you want to take advantage of Whitecross and the pre-order where you can get that, it's going to be it's a very special issue t-shirt. You'll get the new CD and go to whitecrossband.com. That's going to be available just through part of February. Also, if you want to see their live dates, be checking things out right there. Also, they're going to be doing some dates in Wisconsin and northern Indiana. So you want to get all that information there. And guys, just want to say thanks to both you guys for taking the time tonight. And certainly it's just really exciting about the new CD release. And again, it's officially will be out on March 22nd. And we certainly can't wait to see you play live sometime soon. So for our guest, David Roberts, lead vocalist, and I'll just say this, I have one little personal bias, if you would, meaning I love this. I love the fact that at times you sound like Ronnie James Dio. I'm sorry. The dude is one of the most legendary guys ever, right?
Thank
and
you.
My gosh, dude, you're pulling off some like Holy Diver. Okay.
Yeah.
The vibe, you know what I mean? Like that vocal vibe that he has. I mean, gosh. And that's what was exciting for me. Like I like when Rex was playing, like, hey, can you play that again? Because I was like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's something fans can expect. And of course, let's just be honest here. You know, I don't know that Rex, you do this intentionally, but it's pretty safe to say that I think on every record, I think you try to play more notes than the previous record. There's no shortage of notes being played or notes being shredded. It's vintage you, Rex. And again, it's just amazing that, you know, when people get at certain times in their careers, they use the word coast, and there's no coasting whatsoever. No. You guys act like you're a brand new band.
I'd like to apologize to everybody who went to Guitar Center last month to try to purchase more 8th notes and 16th notes because I cleaned them out. I already purchased all the 8th notes.
And he plays them on 11.
So now there's a shortage for everybody else.
Oh yes, that's all I'm going to say. I mean, it's really, again, I will just say this: it is definitely the best record, Rex, that you've ever been part of, you've ever done. Yeah, here you go. You got some woos. They already. Oh, that's back ordered. Rex, they're ordering right now live, right on here on the air, and they're saying it's back ordered.
Right, good deal. It's not back ordered. They'll be going out. They're not if you ordered a pre-sale copy, they'll start shipping after the middle of February.
Okay.
And then, like I said, and then the rest of the record comes out to the rest of the world on the 22nd of March. So, yeah.
All right. Well, so again, for my guest, David Roberts, and certainly the amazing Rex Carroll, thank you guys so much to be part of the ZAGTalk Podcast Live All Access Show. That's what I love about our show, because nothing will, as Rex once wrote a song about, no limits, right? Yeah. And so there are no limits on this show. We want to go all access for you. And yes, I love Abner, how he ties it all in together. Jesus is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Amen. Abner. Yeah. Amen. So thank you guys for tuning in. And again, go check out the whitecrossband.com website. Also check out all the social media. Rex has got a whole bunch of stuff coming out. And yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you all. We love you too, brother. And we'll see you guys soon. And we'll certainly let you know when the next podcast will be. I know there will be one right around the release of the CD. We'll get some fan reaction, which will be a lot of fun. Especially once everyone gets the CD in their hands. So with that, thank you again all for watching. My name is Guy Danhoff, and it's been a pleasure to host tonight, the ZAGTalk Podcast Live. Thank you all.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Good night, and God bless.
I love you. Woo.